Folks, turning back to our top story this morning, a federal agent opened fire during an immigration operation in Willowbrook, prompting response from both local and federal authorities. And DHS officials say they were targeting a man allegedly involved in a human smuggling operation. The officer fired his weapon after the suspect reportedly tried to ram him with his car. Federal agents, sheriff's deputies, and the California Highway Patrol all responded to the scene. The man was later arrested, and details of the officer's injuries were not released. This incident, just the latest in a string of federal agent-involved altercations as immigration raids continue around the country. And joining us now to discuss what happened is Supervisor Holly Mitchell, who represents LA's 2nd District, which encompasses Willowbrook. Good morning to you, Supervisor Mitchell. Thank you for spending some time with us this morning.
I appreciate you having me.
All right, let's start here. Just your reaction to what unfolded yesterday in Willowbrook.
Well, what struck me was when I think about the hardworking residents of Willowbrook and what people do at 7:30 in the morning. We're in our cars, taking our kids to school, trying to get to work, and to be confronted at 126th Street with what I perceive as an unnecessary situation, where once again ICE agents have engaged in a high-speed chase that led in gunfire. Thank goodness nobody was harmed, but that certainly wasn't that ICE agent's intention. Again, my community is afraid, and this repeated examples of excessive use of force, firing guns into moving vehicles is dangerous and unnecessary.
You know, let me ask you, were you or your office or anyone given any warning or notice about this operation that was going to be happening in Willowbrook? And if not, why not? Why do you believe? And how will you move forward to ensure cooperation between federal and local and law enforcement?
I appreciate that. You know, ICE approached our law enforcement at the county several months ago and suggested that we signed an MOU, which would give an opportunity for us to have advance notice. But, you know, an MOU is tricky. And the Board of Supervisors has made it very clear, and our sheriff has also gone very public to talk about and clarify for the public that they are not cooperating with Border Patrol or ICE. So there is no communication leading up to these activities. There was some concern. I had constituents send me video of what looked like black sedans with dark windows at the Compton airport. We clarified that was FBI, it wasn't Border Patrol or ICE. So we are really trying to make it clear that this kind of engagement where they are targeting communities where they perceive immigrants, people of color live, work, or go to school is unacceptable in Los Angeles. And so law enforcement did show up, LA County Sheriff and Highway Patrol, because of the vehicular situation, the fact that there was a crash at 126th Street. So they showed up after the fact, but there is no cooperation or collaboration with those federal agencies.
Supervisor, are you satisfied with the explanation that you received from DHS and the one that I read at the top here so far? If not, what information are you still hoping to receive about what may have actually happened?
You know, it's concerning that we continue to hear these stories about, you know, people using their vehicles as weapons of destruction. And there are so many examples across the country where people are trying to flee or get away. And ICE agents use excessive force and attack them. And so, unfortunately, in this incident, unlike in some past incidents where we had bystanders who filmed it so we could all see what actually happened in real time, we don't have that as far as we know. So it's hard to really trust what we're hearing because of the inconsistencies of their past messaging and their misrepresentation of incidents that we've actually seen with our own eyes. So I would like to hear ultimately what happened. More importantly, I think the general public would like some assurance that Border Patrol and ICE will follow suit with every other law enforcement entity in the country, where you are thoughtful, that there's a time of day where you do not engage in vehicle pursuits, where you don't stand in front of a car, and you certainly don't fire into a vehicle.
And as supervisor for the LA 2nd District, what next steps are you taking following the incident to ensure the safety and security of your community? Will you be calling maybe for an independent review? We see that's what Minnesota has been trying to do, what happened there with Renee Good in Minneapolis. Just your thoughts on kind of how to moving forward, how to handle it.
Well, first of all, we're going to continue to encourage the hardworking people of LA County, those particularly in Wilmington and Compton, to continue to show up and represent your community peacefully, which they did yesterday. I appreciate that. To document what you see. Many immigrants' rights organizations, CHRLA, the Black Alliance for Just Immigration, are encouraging people to film and record what you see. You have that legal right to record at a distance. And again, people showing up peacefully is what I continue to encourage and support. And the Board of Supervisors has stood up, and we are continuing to join with the Mayor of LA, the Governor of California, saying we don't need ICE in LA. This excessive use of force is unacceptable, and we're going to continue to push. We passed a motion saying it was inappropriate for them to wear masks, to conceal their identity, to not identify themselves by a badge number or their name. We're going to continue to push to make sure that they treat Angelenos with decency and dignity, and that our constitutional rights are not violated.
All right, well, we will leave it there. Thank you so much for your time, Supervisor Holly Mitchell. Appreciate you as always.
Appreciate you.